more useful.
Don't know what just happened there.
Laggy too. And if you're going to try this out, I should say the mod developer says that you should never change the target resolution outside of its slider. Otherwise, that'll cause the game to crash. I mean, if that's your goal, go ahead, but you can't say I didn't warn you. Let's make a working globe in Minecraft. Now, Minecraft already has a globe in the cartography table, but compared to this one that we're going to build, that's not even on the same level. Sure enough, by using the commands that user JMH Mir lays out, we can use an armor stand with a special player to slowly rotate into place on our desk.
Yep, okay, we good, we Sigma, we on top of the wall, yeah, so now we just gotta cast.
If you stare too closely, you might just hurt your head. Because what we've done here with glazed terracotta is definitely confusing. But if you peek behind these stairs, you notice that it's just magenta glazed terracotta placed in a certain way, which if you then cover up, make the illusion of a circle from the front.
Okay, yes.
We're able to completely break Piglet Bar
I swear.
which is a simple redstone clock.
Oh my god. There's no way I got notification on my own video. That's actually quite crazy. What game should we play? Guys, there's no audio this stream because else they're going. Yeah. That's how to explain it. Might like tape my phone to my desk or something.
What else can argue with the results?
But I can't, so yeah. Sigma. Okay, so what game? Let's play Animal Company. We're just playing in public. We're not doing anything. I have to look at
a daily basis. But it turns out that might be your mistake, because with results like this, that block can clearly be used for creative building. I think this example of using rails and structure boards for something of a support beam can be a real help. One of the staples of Minecraft exploration is setting up wherever and whatever you need. This is nice, but something tells you place in your bedroom floor.
Okay, I'm gonna turn down my phone because that's loud.
Once you take the time to really understand correct rotations, adding your banners, clicking your hooks and chains, change your size.
Oh wait, I need this. We have a long one.
Did you know cable half slabs? Well, kind of. Because you're going to follow Georgia like this one and then tuck it underneath the slab or stair, it's possible that the hat on top actually blends in with the cable texture. It's pretty ridiculous, but again, if you're a creator, it's more than worth a shot. Because as we all know, nothing comes cheaper than later. Just make sure you don't let people at a time from second out. When you step back here, it's totally sweet, but as soon as you get up close, not so much. And the way we did that is by using different shades of blocks. We get some pretty convincing depth. If you ask me, that's what leads you good enough to be if you're not Frankster, you can use the technique to actually build with a limited size. After the wall, see what detail the reaction wall. This feel like it's a violation of the community convention. Now that I got your attention,
oh my god. There's no way. Okay, I'm gonna wall it, but it's sleeping and not a 170 days.
It really looks like you got yourself a vertical slab. Especially when you say it's a squeeze structure. It once together perfectly and makes it look like an office feature. It's like that's a very myself.
Oh no, we got it. We got it. We got it. I'm just like
just that. We'll have ourselves child-size chest to keep all their items. Just don't try to open it up. The illusion will fall apart. In Bedrock Edition, if you were to get a baby drowned mob to wear a mob's head, then when it equips it, that head is ginormous.
Yeah, I
can
see that.
Honestly, I don't know if you classify
I might ask you.
because of both. And for
There's
systems,
no
just
multiple
random things
dimensions.
be stacked together.
That
But this is
sucks.
less obvious. See, in Java, they'd stack like you expect.
Anyway.
So if you do the same and reload the world in Bedrock, you get some
I hope I reach it
in
soon.
every Java
Because
world,
I'm
there's
at
like
179.
strongholds spawn. That's it. No more or less. But in Bedrock, things work differently, as a random amount of these structures can spawn, and they'll also spawn in a random
This
way.
is called a gaming company. It's free.
Next to each other. Just cool.
I started the chicken is already activated. Okay. You gotta head back.
In Bedrock, it'll be a weird hybrid with stuff. Well, even if that doesn't break Bedrock's end portal, this stuff. You can place fences only in both ways of travels. Teleport same. In Bedrock, you can only walk on top without teleport. If you place an island right here in this end portal, it lights up so it's completely accepted. Only reason for this is because end portal frames can be directions in. So if you place them on the right way, it actually spawns outside of the frame. Like mentioning, most messages are really developed to the end portal is creative, never actually lit out. You want to just place the phone station the right way. So it's a lesson on how to fix that and how to break it at the same time. Here's how to TNT completely safe. Since you don't find TNT maps this regularly, if you order back the TNT and then put it onto a half slot,
I heard something. Never mind.
small. In some cases, only the slide explodes. Which is a lot better than the chain reaction we're looking at otherwise. If one explosion through the base and you don't have obsidian, then this is might be better. If it's not your cat sitting on your chest, then this cage might be the answer. Well, it might sound a bit cool. What's actually happening here is that if you use a piston just
What is that?
cat inside of a roof block like this, and then with a moss carpet over top, so you can't jump out. Make sure our free line stays in time.
What is over here?
It's slightly less cool when you put that.
This is bigger?
Using a piston and honey blocks, slow down the water, and then break the redstone so that the piston retracts. From that point, the water will still flow like this, and you can create some pretty wild shapes for your water.
Oh,
Just make sure you don't accidentally
stop,
upload it again,
buddy.
otherwise the whole thing will be a wash. This one is illegal, or at least it should be. When you consider the fact that carpets can only be placed above non-air
Wait,
blocks,
yes.
under or on something, then how exactly does this work? Well, as we see, the solution to doing this is that we build up a water
What?
tower.
He did it.
Place them into.
He did it.
Blocks around you.
He did it.
This monstrosity. What I will say about this is that we now have a true definition of a symbiotic relationship. Because really, you can't break
He
out of
did
this.
it.
I think that's kind of beautiful.
He did it. Someone after two buddy. Yeah. He doesn't do much anymore, but he did it. Hopefully, I don't fall off the whole building and step on a landmine like in that one video. Did you just say landmine?
In Bedrock, it's possible to mount a furnace or utility cable by using a pickaxe.
Is there anybody watching? Let me see. Nope. 0 views, 0 likes. How many subs am I?
Pickaxe anyway.
1 7. No. 0. You just need that.
Convinced, really, any mod in the game can. Since the plan to make command exclusive to Bedrock makes it faster to play any animation in the game on a given mod, and the results can be pretty hideous. Well, Bedrock Edition no longer has the Farlands. In Bedrock Edition, there does exist something called Pipeways, which is that if you were to go 16,777,216 blocks in either direction, well, represent across this special area where the blocks don't exist. Bubble elevator. In Bedrock, we can make a fully operational bubble elevator without having to rubber sand or buy. Here, we can make a regular bubble elevator using source and water sources, and swap out the power sources using powdered snow, and finally use an endport to break the soul snake, which sure enough leaves this kind of very string that still works. Because we can see from element X, we're able to summon in a special piston in Bedrock that's kept at a certain state. And we have partially extended pistons
I'm
to
streaming.
Bedrock Edition. With the help of sand blocks, we're
I'm
able to drop
streaming
into
to
these
0
gravity
viewers.
blocks above us and use
No,
that to
there's
walk through the wall. That's really what's trying to Bedrock. Which is push you out of the way. As it's worth seeing, contrast is game as well. Seems like 6% see something like
Don't say anything about your guys' meta content because I'm streaming and I blame this
Here's a command. It seems just as the as a senator, she supported releasing
Oh my god, it's right there. That's crazy. Sadly, I'm not.
I got my back. Okay, let's do it. I got my back.
We gotta just get rid of this unfair wage process. Here.
Well, first, we have them face towards the center point and give us that smooth area. If we miss the showing off how to make one of these into a pool of water, you could also just as well.
Can we actually play the game, guys? Oh yeah, guys! If anybody wants to join, this is the code, guys.
What's actually happening is that we're using water
I'm writing my live chat, which is me.
Because
Or it might be Watcher 69. It might be him that's watching. No, it's not. He stopped chatting.
It's only showing the bill for a limited amount of time. I think this is even worse. Make it more of a life-saving statue. Here's up to also a half.
I only
It's a roadblock.
Here. English.
Just in different ways. See, in Java Edition, we're able to use a shulker box to place vertically like this, and push this through and sink to the floor. Then in Bedrock Edition,
Oh my god. That is actually what.
that was going to push you through a wall, through the new horizontal. Bedrock Edition is known for its fair share of bugs.
He's
Some
coming.
say it's be a pain, others are just cool to see. And this machine falls into
That
that
big
second
piece
category.
around
As long as we're a perfect mix of time and silk touch,
the big piece around the guy. The big piece around
explain just how awkward this is to pull off. And you can have to build the system properly. It takes the right amount of lag. And after all that, in Minecraft, we're going to get to keep them all up. Keeping them alive is different things. And more often than not, you just need more home to keep them safe. So to find that balance between safety and safety,
Yeah.
Then kill them at the last moment, some will eventually enter into this bug state, in which case isolate them and you've got yourself an immortal buddy. And so there might be at the very least, work around. And I would hope so. So one great choose from. But if you find yourself in a position where you
that,
can
man?
change, it's not a good
What's
thing. So we can't have breeds.
What's the third?
In that condition, it's constantly starting this that one work like so, by using the tag on
I got. Where are y'all?
which is cool. We can push it even further. See, if you then dye a different color, the whole
Are they
thing
still
changes.
in my page?
And I'd say
Oh, they're
that
up there.
was the
They teleported.
rainbow
This is the teleporter.
and it only makes me sad to see them like that. You can't see it. It only gives the Christmas. And the way we did that,
Here you go. It was
was
rolling off, so I gave it to you. Me.
As I can box, break the block, you can still function like a sticky pest, which I'll admit will make it clear to the base of the game. If unfortunately a particular name seems to walk out of the world. That's simple first experience like that. Let's do the words of if you place any of these redstone components in a lake on Bedrock Edition, just as they do on the surface. If you're playing Bedrock and you push a test with a filter, this happens. Since in Java, we usually push the
Don't
test
use it already. That's just wasted. That's why I'm not using it until we actually need it at the Anglerfish.
Works for us too. See, if you play on Bedrock Edition and you're not signed in, you can change your name to Grummer Dinnerphone. You'll flip around just the same. This skin is only possible on Bedrock Edition. Since in Java, you
No,
want to
we don't.
first skin layer.
Not use my
That's the case. The only requirement for Bedrock is that you have just one visible pixel.
Oh my
Maybe
God.
for this perfect camouflage skin. Now, if you need to get hit by a falling anvil, it's gotta hurt. And while it's true for us, it's not as much for the villagers. Or at least, if you compare the two, in Bedrock, if you drop an anvil on a sleeping villager, which is
I don't know.
it's
That's using
possible
a
to light ice blocks on fire with steel, but in Bedrock, it's no use. They're hoping for a song of ice and fire, and it's not allowed. As we know, Endermen do their best to not get hit by arrows. And while that normally means teleporting away, if you set up a world like so, we can see something even more peculiar. After we break this block, you'll notice that the Enderman, with nowhere else to teleport, is just standing there with the block. Now, to clarify, if you use the best way to teleport, just pick him up with one same block, and it doesn't have to count for his pick. Whatever it is, you just always count the block.
what the signal.
Exactly what I'm saying. You know, the commonplace, march out, and not hurry, which makes this item bring a real sight to see. But what's crazier still is that this is all done without using any mods. Meaning you can not only play these animations with the
Where do we go?
also record some of them as well.
I ain't here, bro.
For the next hardcore Let's Play, it's still an amazing feat of Minecraft engineering. I think it offers up some hilarious gags as well. At this point, we've all seen the Easter egg for naming a mob dinner bell. But this time, instead of just turning the mob upside down, it also turns to grab it too. Which is definitely a wild sight. And yet, it's also surprisingly simple to pull off. See, all that's happening here is that we are repeating the arbitrary text for any mob named dinner bell. And then everybody finds one, it applies the levitation effect, and poof, they're off just like that. Giving us quite a harmless friend to use next time your friend's online. But anyways, Steve and Alex are pretty strong. I mean, how else would they be able to carry around mass amounts of stone? So, when I used to carry bullets, we could try to carry a mob instead. And now, I'm not talking about carrying on your shoulder, rather, doing something like this. Because of the way that hitbox collisions work in Bedrock, we're able to carry mobs like Enderman up and down the ladders like so, which looks uncomfortable for the both of us, to say the least. Minecraft logic doesn't always make sense. And while that usually counts against us,
I have
sometimes
two
we
hook
and
hands.
that be the case with preferred rails. Now, upon first glance, these would seem highly impractical to build in the world, but placing side by side with powered rails, you'll see this alternative win out and then some. All the science here is too confusing to wrap my head around. The fact remains that creating this circle pattern.
Y'all, there's so much loot right here.
Yourself wanting to make a roller coaster where your chests are empty and golden redstone, this cheaper option might be a
There's
solution.
literally four
Physics
bigger
really don't make a lot of sense. But that doesn't make a site like this any less strange. See, in vanilla Minecraft, it's entirely possible to put a lava source block on top of a water one. Then, how do we do this? Well, it all comes down to our old friend, the sign. See, if you want along the sign like so, but apparently it's so powerful that it's still hold steady. So if you want a particularly deadly yes, it is possible. And Golden Warrior is a weird fixture in Minecraft. While others have used it to create illegal double slab variants, I think we should just ditch the border entirely. And as so, to do it in the future, we'll wait for baby to sit, only use both resistance. By simply placing the boat halfway through the barrier, we can hop in and roll ourselves right against the outer limits. And then, stranger still might be that by going far enough, the boat can just
It gets that
like we used to in the past. When you're exploring the world, Nightfall is the most common hazard. Anyone bet is a quick fix. The truth is that all it takes is one monster, and then it's a pain finding a place to sleep. So during that situation, a simple fix is placing the boat underwater. Seriously, if you check down the lake bed, you can sleep just the same. That and the land dwellers up above shouldn't have much speed trying to chase you, letting you safely sneeze down there. So assuming when you're drowning in the water, it should go over pretty smoothly. Unless the time is the now burning monsters up above. Or watch out for phantoms. It's the unfortunately. Most of us are familiar with the return sender achievement that you get from deflecting fireball at gas, which is impressive, but I bet this is even harder to pull off. As you'll notice, Bedrock's llamas shoot their spit a bit differently than Java. We're able to deflect the
Why are you dead for so long?
Yes, in some cases. So while I don't recommend angry llamas in the first place, if you do, then it is possible, albeit cursed, to whack a llama's spit right back in the direction.
I know, right? That's what you doing, bro.
But as the game is coded, it's possible to build the required formation without actually spawning the mob. Simply place the blocks out of order and spawn is cancelled, which I must say is consider that people would build it this way. And that assumption of theirs means this is here to stay. And with
Yeah,
that, folks,
chicken.
two things that you might like this video. So
We check on.
how long is that? Stop. You can't get.
Now you can be vaping formaldehyde, which is used in toxic.
The game is Animal Company.
So the
It's really
secret's
fun.
hidden inside of Minecraft that you maybe missed. What would happen if you took the new Windburst enchantment that you can put on the maces, and through the help of commands or NBT Explorer,
Name is
bring that
called
level
Animal
all the way
Company.
to 100.
Really
Well,
fun.
not
I'll show you the
surprisingly,
best
it's
of
not just 100 times stronger than level 3. It's so much worse. As Phoenix SC shows off this video, use a Windburst
I'll show you guys the
initial
code
burst,
this
and then use Windburst level 100. You can shoot yourself up over 1,300 blocks. But at that point, you gotta remember that when you do come back down to the ground,
name
you are
is
starting to take
Animal
fall damage.
Company.
Oh, and also,
I'll
don't
put
set it up to
1756 or
256. Since
something.
that point, Minecraft just
1759,
enchantment, and it's up to Mason
1769. I don't know.
putting visible in the sky is probably one of the hardest things you
Oh,
can do.
yeah.
At the very least, it's the most annoying. And I know this had the misfortune of killing one of these things in
179.
my life, and knows that once you get it up into the sky, it's very hard to
It's My battery is really low, guys.
You can see that with the help of the mace, we're actually able to make this fight a lot more impressive and take the sides. Because here, he's a combination of Windburst 3 and
No, it's not called Animal Hunting. It's called Animal Company.
This example, they beat it in 5 hits. And that's with no strength potion or anything crazy. That's literally just the enchantments that you're seeing here on the base. And what I love
The
about
game
doing
is
this
called
is that even
Animal
if you go
Company,
into
not
the sky,
Animal
it's
Hunting.
you're gonna be able to kill it
Y'all
with both phases. Very nice.
can't take-
Have you seen
Join
this
this code in it.
I'm usually not doing something very supposed. That's okay.
If you can see the code, look at that.
So just like us rule breakers, you downgrade
Yeah.
your world back to
I
the
really
old
hope I
version.
can reach
And there was a
180
place
subs
where
this
you
stream.
walked in was supposed to be that didn't exist in
This
older
stream is
code.
only
There were
about
places
me
that
reaching
updated
it.
block. Say you were to use an observer and then go back into a
So
version
if I
before
don't, then
observers
that'll be a real
exist, and
shame.
you filled this placeholder block. And for some reason, Mojang decided to update the texture of the update block. Which this common
But yeah, this is the infinite loop.
version of the Lucky Block, but the original was also very tough to read. So
Anyways.
I prefer this over the other alternative. If you ever get done the whole pack
How much
achievement in
money am I
Minecraft,
at?
you might want to reconsider. Since we can see from this example laid out by Bruno Goldberg Farrow, if you were to take a pack of armored wolves, 19 to be exact, and put them against the warden, then that's all it takes to be able to kill the toughest mob in the game. I mean, you were going to lose approximately 18 wolves in the process, so compared to attached. Well, with how easy it is to breed dogs and then get them all into this armor anyway, this could be one solution to keep yourself safe. You make sure the dogs are being quiet, because otherwise you'd spawn a second warden. 19 is not going to be enough for you. When we think of an automatic crop farm in Minecraft, we're usually thinking of two things. Either a nano farm using a bunch of dispensers of bone meal, or this version using farmer villagers to do the work. But if you want to make it easy to build semi-automatic crop farm, then all you need is a few leads and a few bees. Since by just dragging along a couple of bees over a field of crops like this, you can get them to pollinate exactly what you want. As you can see from this example, you can very quickly grow up all of your crops just by doing a few laps like this.
Yeah,
And especially when you're starting out and bone meal is not easy to come by, this is a solid solution if you don't have time on your hands. Just make sure you don't accidentally hit one of the bees when you're breaking crops. Here's how we get a working end ship inside of Minecraft. Since if you were to play the potato snapshot from Minecraft's April Fool's update, and then replace this strip of obsidian inside of the end ship with a bunch of the flotator blocks, then all it takes is powering it with redstone, and we'll be able to power that entire end ship across the outer end islands. And as someone who's traveled the end using a flying machine before, I must prefer this.
yeah.
If you didn't know, there are hidden emojis that you're able to type on top of Minecraft signs. And while all of those are great, there is a new one that's more secret than those. As some users found out, if you were to go inside of the potato snapshot from Minecraft's April Fools, and by putting down a potato emoji, it would give you a potato emote inside of any text box. And while it doesn't look like it's just a regular sign like this, if you were to give it a dive and a
Oh,
glow
it's this guy.
inside, then
It's
all of a
this
sudden it
guy.
actually
He's
looks like a
better than
frozen
you at the
potato
game.
is animated. If the base is supposed to launch you every time you click the
Yeah,
button, what would happen if you spam click the mace in Minecraft? Oh, here's now the auto clicker. If we position ourselves just right on top of something like an iron golem, and we're not exactly going to launch off of this thing, but instead just go down the iron goal with a whole bunch of particles. I kind of love it, honestly. It looks super digging straight down through an iron golem. Which sounds like you're breaking two Minecraft rules at once, but it looks this cool. I think you said. Minecraft's banner pattern gets so much weirder. Since now we're actually able to set it up with custom banner patterns inside of the game.
Yeah, this is
It was only a matter of time before people found out how to animate that through the use of command blocks. And then once they animate something, they have to animate that after. So we check this example by Joe Fox 2009. And that was the comments poured out.
Yeah,
It's only gonna be a matter of time before someone takes up doom on these things. So whether it's Seth Flynn or one of the other Minecraft geniuses, like, can't wait to see it. This music build looks like it's modded, but it's entirely vanilla. And the reason for that is that we're able to use the block display command to make tiny versions of blocks that we can then use to build. And even cooler, there's a plugin that exists that allows you to take these builds and then make them into miniatures simply. Because otherwise, having to go in and type in the relative positions of all of these inside of a command block just sounds way less fun than actual building. And finally, this with the ability to change or scale in recent updates, I think that's all the resources we need to make a very fun Minecraft map. Some Minecraft blocks don't always look smarter, they actually are in the hitbox. A good example of this is why we use mud inside of sugarcane farms, because even though mud and sand next together looks the same, if you stand on mud, you sink a pixel lower. And it turns out the cactus is another one of those blocks. And here, I love the way that the conester demonstrated this. And the armor stand doesn't seem to mind standing on top of the cactus, but it also gives that perfect distinction of how this hitbox works. Good stuff. We're going to use slime blocks in your redstone. Now you're going to want to use potatoes. Since the flow table that we saw in the April Fool's snapshot allows us to make seamless redstone doors, the likes of which is never been possible. This example in particular really shows that off. We used to have to combine our slabs with a wall border, but now we can do it anywhere. Only for a brief second, though. Since the whole top slab on one flotator and another bottom slab on the other, we can power both at the same time and push them right into block for a brief second, giving us the combined slab. Although unfortunately, the flotators will just fly through each other, so nothing good meant to last. And maybe that's also true when this is an April Fool's update only added for one day to the game. This isn't a normal piston. It's a mutated one. Or at least that's what you can led to believe when you see this glitch. See, what's happening is that as we break the pistons when they're still powered, the piston head doesn't disappear at the same time as the piston body. So if you're able to place down a new piston that's powered right in the same area, and that piston head thinks it still has a body, and now we've got two piston heads that are connected to the same center point. And something I'm sad isn't in the full game. When you put a white tulip in a crafting table, what do you think? Well, it's easy to say white dye, which isn't as easy as it seems. Since in reality, you're actually going to get the light gray dye instead. And the reason for this is that when Mojang added in the white tulip, there wasn't a white dye to actually craft into. It was back when we had to use bone meal to dye our stuff. So to keep these flowers from breaking down into bone paste, we got this alternative instead. But now that a white dye actually does exist, I don't get why they wouldn't change the crafting recipe, or change the name of the flower. If you want it to be light gray dye, it's a light gray tulip in my eyes. Village update, you can see a villager holding a golden pin, which isn't an item that they're going to use. It's also grinding against the grindstone that you would if it was an actual item. And stranger still, this is a nitwit villager, which are famous for doing not much of anything. So to see it actually take up an interest of doing anything for us inside of the village is a nice change of pace, but unfortunately, not one you're going to find inside of the base game. What's the best way to get sugarcane? Well, this user might have the right idea, and it's cheap too. See, when you etch out a design like this in the ground and then place one block of water in the center, the water will space out evenly throughout the canal. And that, folks, lets us plant our sugarcane at maximum capacity. So if you plant something like Skyblock where you need to be really quickly and how you use the water, it might be a way to cut back without slashing your big profits. In some of the oldest versions of Minecraft, there's also a way to
You want to do this? We can do that. I'll be sure about that.
Really cool to see. It's such a lifetime that this feature doesn't exist anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of times that it would glitch out and miss things out of the sense. Also, looking in the face of somebody, wouldn't it be cool to scroll
Open it. Open it. See what's inside. I want to shop in inside.
Just the regular FOV 30, full draw distance, shaders on. It would definitely stick out. And if I accidentally press this key to take a screenshot, it needs to be funnier to look back at. Since when I just press a screenshot with F2, it looks the exact same time I remember it.
That only,
All the old schools in Minecraft
only
is
puts
actually
three.
never dig straight
But
down.
that's only like.
Rules, you'll just old hat. Since these first numbers are numbers over, you'll say over 64% of the time you dig straight down, nothing's gonna happen. You're not gonna fall into lava, you're not gonna fall into a cave and break your legs. See that?
Why?
For a better clean with less.
Wait, no. There's something there.
Sweet and smoky chipotle to your wing lineup.
These days, the most expensive vehicle.
Oh my God.
Nothing. And if you want to increase those odds to even better chances of survival, you can always choose somewhere between two blocks like this, and then one guy going up to the other. Again, if you notice that one of the blocks straps down into a ravine or lava, you'll still be standing on the other block. And at that point, if you don't correct your mistake, you deserve to fall into that. In the transition from Minecraft 1.0 to 1.13, Minecraft removed numerical IDs for a lot of features in Minecraft. This is referred to as the flattening. And if you're ever wondering why a lot of technical players choose to play on 1.12, that's partially for this reason. Since back then, there was a choice of color of sand or concrete using only redstone, which is pretty cool. But this also got rid of helpful features like being able to have a water or lava flowing source, or a stagnant source. Both are in there as separate IDs. And I've always wanted to be able to hold a portal block in my hand like we can on Bedrock. Without these numerical IDs, that's just not possible. And it's unfortunate. Especially
What?
for tools that say, like, have the same stuff, so I say. Building in Minecraft can be a rewarding task, but it also has its tedious parts. While the fill command can help with that sum, it's usually just good for filling in rectangles with cubes, or so you thought, because apparently we can also use it for more complex patterns as well. As the shows off, start by turning off the item drop and then fill from the second layer up carpet. And then when you change that carpet back to your block of choice, you'll notice that the pattern only stays where it was stuck, and the empty space is left that way. And while it's still a far cry from proper world-edit tools in vanilla, this might save you some valuable time on the next project. Did you know mobs can't kill you if you're hiding sugarcane? Well, that's not true, but it used to be. Because apparently back in Fable 1.9 snapshots, there existed an old bug where if you stood inside of a sugarcane stalk like this, the mobs wouldn't try to hunt you down. But unfortunately for us and the sugarcane, that's been changed. Which makes sense. It's one of the more transparent blocks you can stand inside. If the zombies couldn't track you down through that, I would help their eyesight. Most people only mob in Minecraft have any form of glow. Except for in the trailer for Fuzzy Bees, when we see the
Yes, I
eyes
have another person backpack.
for one, we don't even have killer rabbits still in Minecraft, so it's weird to have any kind of red glowing eyes inside of this trailer, especially when they're attributed to different rabbit variants. Like here in the bottom right of the trailer, that's not a white rabbit. So I don't know why it's still got the creepy eyes in this version. Ever since 1.9,
Oh my God.
it's about the elytra that the further and faster that you play with it, that would actually correspond to how much damage it's taking. But in reality, it's much simpler than that. Since the truth is just that 1 second of flight time equates to 1 durability point on your elytra. So when you get the breaking enchantment on your elytra, it'll just lower that chance the elytra to drop durability every second. And now there's only a 25% chance for it to take damage every second. How many pistons were ever added into vanilla Minecraft? There did exist a mod back in the day called, quite simply, the Piston mod. I'll give you one guess what it did. And if you emergence the punch, these pistons look quite a bit different to what we're used to. They were completely white in color, and if you activated them, they could launch both blocks and players. And it was because Mojang loved that piston mod so much, they would actually use a lot of code for the mod to make their own pistons. A lot of fans were clearly very excited when we got the Caves and Cliffs update with changes to our world generation. And as we should be, it made the game a lot more impressive to play around with. But not every change to the game's world generation has been met so kindly. And in Beta 1.8, a lot of players were not a fan of how the new worlds looked. Here, the plains biomes became incredibly flat. There's little to no variation between the blocks or the height. And what was even worse is if you have the misfortune spawning in the middle of the ocean. When you don't have any trees nearby to get you off that survival island, you might as well just start a new seed. And for a while, an ocean would be a death sentence without a boat. And back then, boats weren't exactly easy to row around in either. And so it's amazing to see how far we've come in our world generation since then. After all, a big part of how you play the game just comes down to the seed you're given. So when so many of them ended up being rotten, you can see how this is a few times like it was before. When you're first getting into the villager market, it can be a real leg up to convert them to zombies first. Because let me tell you, that discount for curing can be a huge help towards your Emerald Beacon. So to convert every villager, you gotta do a lot of brewing. A lot of which is unnecessary. Let me explain. See, if you were to take your weakness potion and instead add a dragon's breath, then we can use that now lingering potion to make pink arrows of our own, which will let us convert substantially more villagers in the future. And hey, on Bedrock, the return is even better, since we could just make a whole stack of tipped arrows from one cauldron. What's interesting to see in this trailer is that the Striders are giving off shadows cast onto the light source. Although it's possible to cast a shadow on top of lava, it's not done through this method. Instead, you'd have to be playing in Bedrock Edition, have the mob on top of the slab, for then the game glitches out and it displays the shadow on top of the lava. But just a strider like this, it's not going to block as much light. Despite their shortcomings, tridents are a lot of fun to use. And they're worth keeping on hand for the Riptide and Elytra combo alone. But that's apparently not their only synergy. See, if we were going to instead charge up our trident and then switch to the synergy out, that momentum would transfer over and become an absorbed guard attack. And I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that's incredibly cool. So if you're looking for a fire aspect trident, this might be the closest you're going to get. Though I'd be remiss if I didn't warn that this method brings down the durability of both the trident and the sword. So grab an Unbreaking book before the trial run. This design is cheap and it's going to save you a lot of time. Because trying to convert all of your concrete powder by hand is a lengthy process. Well, with just a simple setup like this, use barely any redstone and get a fully automatic farm. All we need to do is have an observer facing where we're going to place our concrete powder, and then have that redstone output power a dropper to give us more concrete powder. At which point we can offhand the concrete powder and get the pickaxe behind it. I want to make two notes. One is that the reason we use longer planks here is because wood can't be quickly broken by pickaxes. So there's no risk about accidentally breaking your wall when you're getting into an AFK section. And then two is that it's actually better to use efficiency 12 for a pickaxe instead of efficiency 5 in this scenario. Because faster efficiency could desync the observer and the system would double trigger. But don't worry, being a little slower here is not going to be an issue. Considering that overall, this will save you a bunch of time. Usually you change the color of beacon beams by using 4 glass blocks, which does work, but it's too expensive. Or rather, it's really expensive when you compare it to this. See, by using colorful glass panes, you get the same effect. And consider we get 16 glass panes for 6 glass blocks. It gives us 16 opportunities to change the color of the beacon instead of the 6 that we just had. And plus, you can even hide those stained glass panes inside of the beacon beam, which I'd argue looks even better than the original option, meaning that in more ways than one, you can design your beacons going forward. And doesn't beating Mojang to the punch on the Elytra, but we once also had a scaffolding block for Mojang. So the way they did it was a little different. Since the modded version, it would also break down easily if you broke it as a fist. Not even if you forgot about it, it would eventually break down over time. Meaning no more of this scaffolding around until. I'm sure you are going to go finish it. When concrete powder comes in contact with water, it turns into concrete. That's not surprising. It's the way it's coded. But some players would lead you to believe that this also happens with the item itself. And so, if you took a stack of the concrete powder and threw it into a waterlogged cauldron, then you could convert the stack just like that. Unfortunately for us, at our time, this doesn't work. And in fact, the concrete powder will only change if it comes into contact with water or waterlogged blocks. And even the latest splash water bottles have the effect. If you ever use the lead inside of Minecraft, you're well aware of how easy it is to break one of these things if you're going too fast. And so it's funny to see that when the goat hits the lava inside of this trailer, the primary trailer goes up there. Yeah, it was an experience we would just break and I'd spend the next few minutes trying to search for it before it despawns. And it's a shame we don't have this kind of elasticity to our ropes. Since if we could, then it would be a lot easier to carry mobs this electric trick we've shown off in the past. Now, this one's actually a double lie. Whereas some people say that a lava bucket works just as well as a water bucket for an NLT, whereas others say that lava does nothing to dampen your fall at all. But the truth actually exists in between the two of them. Since lava can actually break your fall, it's just it works different than water. And for lava, it'll reduce your fall damage the more of it that you fall through. So if you were to fall from the minimum height to do lethal damage, if you had a lava bucket, you could actually use it to survive the fall. Just also be on fire. But I still would recommend doing this in the nether over something like a powdered snow bucket. That's a lot more versatile. Keeping your animals in the pen could be a real pain. So to cut back on materials and still keep them in place, try this pattern. Apparently when you place down fence posts diagonally, it still keeps the animals in. This is because the animals are registered to be 1 block wide. Using them diagonally goes less than that space, which will prevent our animal friends from leaving. But if you build this, just keep in mind the babies are still able to escape. So if you do this, just make sure to look out for the little rascals. So many players still play on version 1.8.9. Now, it's not because they don't like Elytras, definitely not because they don't like the sniffer. The real reason is that with the combat update, Minecraft's combat changed a lot, but whether it changed for the better, it's a matter of interpretation. Overall, do you think that there's arguments to be made that some of these things like
Peace out, guys.
Evil glowing thingy McDonald's will be in your bed
Peace out,
tonight and wake you up. I've seen it happen.
Were added in. Considering the fact that Mojang's still looking into making combat changes in later